Hello, and welcome to another Bronco Battalion Questions of the Week. I'm your Scholarship and Enrollment Officer, Billy Clayton, and today I brought with me a guest.
I'm Sergeant First Class Derrick Gallegos. I am the on-campus military liaison for the Michigan Army National Guard.
And today's question is, what are the citizenship requirements for Army officership? Now, as always, the answers to today's question is in accordance with Army regulations at the time of this video being posted. All right, let's get to it. So, I would have international students come up to me all the time at tabling events, asking if they can serve. I would have different individuals coming in from different universities across the country. They might be citizens, and they have foreign degrees from other universities. If we've had people who've been in the Brazilian Army and became a U.S. citizen and came through the ROTC program. So there are a lot of different pathways for individuals who have different types of citizenship statuses. So what I want to do is going to be kind of legalese for a minute, but I'm going to read you verbatim through the Cadet Command regulation on what citizenship statuses are, how they are defined, and if they can or cannot enroll into the different courses. Now you're going to hear the terminology basic course and advanced course. For those that don't know, basic course is the military science levels 1 and 2, and then the advanced course are military science levels 3 and 4. All right, so for citizenship, students as well as applicants must be a U.S. citizen or U.S. national and meet the citizenship eligibility requirements prior to contracting. Exceptions can be granted for immigrant, alien, refugee students who desire to voluntarily participate in the basic course or advanced course. So let's kind of look at those citizenship eligibility requirements. So there's a couple different categories. So you've got your naturally born, your U.S. citizens. So citizens born in the United States, and then to prove that to us, you must submit a valid birth certificate for citizenship verification. Now, students who are born outside of the United States must submit original certificate of naturalization or certified copy of court order establishing citizenship. Now, there are a couple different categories to that. So you have citizens through naturalizations of parents. So if you are a U.S. citizen through the naturalization of your parents, then you have to provide the original certificate of citizenship. And then if you are a citizen born through birth abroad of parents who are citizens of the United States. So if your mom and dad were abroad and you were born in another country, then you have then there are documents that you can show us to prove that you're a citizen as well. One of those is your certificate of citizenship, the certificate of report of birth. There's another report of birth that's called child born abroad of American parent or parents, and you can also just provide us with a current U.S. passport. Immigrant, alien, and refugee students may be authorized to participate in the advanced course and to attend cadet summer training as long as they are approved by the Professor of Military Science headquarters at U.S. Army Cadet Command. Now let's talk about an alien. So an alien, according to our regulation, is an individual who is not a U.S. citizen or U.S. national. A non-immigrant alien may only participate and not enroll in the ROTC advanced course. So what that would mean is you could take the class, but you would not go to any of the labs, field training exercises, cadet summer training, things like that. That is typically part of the advanced course. You could just take the class. As such, again, you should not attend advanced summer training such as advanced camp, no nurse summer training programs, or cadet leadership training. Non-immigrant students are students who are not normally seeking citizenship or commissioning. So if you walk up to me and you're an international student and you're like, can I take the ROTC class? Well, the answer is yes, but at the end of that, it's just a class. It's not providing you any pathway to Army officership, nor any pathway to citizenship. It's just a class that you're taking while you're in school. Please understand that if you are a non-immigrant student who is seeking, who are taking the classes, that is something that we do have to report up to higher. So if you're not comfortable with that, then ROTC is probably not worth the squeeze of coming and taking the class. Immigrant alien students may voluntarily enroll in the basic course or attend basic camp and may participate in the advanced course. Immigrant students are students who have been granted the right by the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services to reside permanently in the United States. And that's typically proven by a green card. So now that we have kind of talked about the different types of layers and different types of things and whether and you'll know what category you fit into, I wanted to have Sergeant Gallegos come on and talk to you guys a little bit about what that green card could actually get you if you're looking to for some additional commitments to military service.
Awesome. Yeah, so for students that have their I-551 green card, the USCIS actually has a program called Military Parole in Place. The really cool part about that is from the time that they enlist into the military, you are eligible to essentially expedite your citizenship. So rather than a 3 or 4 year time frame, by the time you go to basic training and come back home, as long as you've successfully completed your basic training and job training, you're going to have your pathway to expedite that citizenship. So for the students that are interested in ROTC, service, and getting that citizenship completed, it's a fantastic way while you're taking the class to kind of get it done at the same time.
And what has recently happened a few years ago is that the Cadet Command has come out and said, if you do have a green card and you've gone to basic training in AIT, in job training, with someone like the National Guard, then we can actually contract you. So, and earlier when I said you have to be a U.S. citizen in order to contract, under this specific pathway, when you're actually using military service to help you expedite your citizenship, we can also contract you earlier as well. So that also turns on additional education benefits that would come from the ROTC program that would be coupled with any education benefits that you receive from an organization like the National Guard as well as the Army Reserve. So if you are like, I don't know if I can do this, I don't know because of my citizenship status, reach out to your local ROTC program, reach out to your local scholarship enrollment officer or recruiting operations officer as well, and visit a National Guard or an Army Reserve recruiter and just kind of see what they have for you to help you expedite these particular documents to get you your citizenship faster. The U.S. Army is one of the most diverse organizations in the country. We have people here from all walks of life. So if you feel that you could see yourself in this space, we would love for you to come and check us out and try this opportunity to see if you could see yourself as an Army officer.
Yeah, and there's one more thing I wanted to add. So I've had a few students reach out to me this year, and pathway to citizenship is something super important for them, as well as qualified family members. So when you look at the USCIS as an option in service, there's also a deferment program and a pathway to citizenship for parents of soldiers or service members, as well as spouses and their children. So if you're looking for a way to also expedite that pathway to citizenship for your mom, dad, spouse, or your child, this is also a program that you can utilize while you're taking ROTC.
So what you're saying is that a person could come in, enlist into something like the National Guard, go to basic training and job training, and then that would expedite the citizenship for their parents?
Correct. Yeah, there's a couple different phases, and when you go through the USCIS, it's a super easy pamphlet to look through, and it talks about your age. There's 2 different phases. So if you're under 21, it can grant deferment from any type of prosecutorial style actions for mom and dad or spouse or your children. And then once you hit that 21 year of age mark, then you're actually eligible to help them get things like their driver's license, their work visas, so that really starts getting that ball rolling as well. So I would definitely recommend looking at the USCIS website under the military tab and look at all the different programs that are available and understanding that service in the military will help you and your family towards that pathway to citizenship.
All right, great. All right, so that's the answer to the question of the day. If you guys have any questions that you want to see answered, go ahead and drop those in the comments. Don't forget to follow information by liking and subscribing. And as always, Broncos lead the way.